Okay, good evening, students. Today we are going to learn about pelvic bone in an obstetrical point of view. Yesterday we have seen about pelvic bone in an anatomical point of view, where we have seen the bones which form the pelvic bone, where we have seen the ligaments, joints, and parts of the pelvic bone in an anatomical point of view. Today we are going to learn it in obstetrical point of view. So to study purpose, for study purpose, the pelvic bone, female pelvic bone is divided, it has two parts. One is called as false pelvis, the other one is called as true pelvis. False pelvis is formed by the upper flared out portion of the ilium. This portion of the ilium, upper flared out portion of the ilium is formed, it is called as false pelvis. So it is formed by laterally by iliac fossa. This is iliac fossa. It is formed by iliac fossa laterally, that is on sides, posteriorly by fifth lumbar vertebrae, and anteriorly by the abdominal wall. Here anterior part is abdominal wall and inguinal ligament extra. Laterally you have iliac fossas, and posteriorly here over you have fifth lumbar vertebrae. Main purpose of the false pelvis is protection of abdominal organs. It protects abdominal organs and it has no obstetrical significance. It has no obstetrical significance. Only thing it does is, in obstetrical point of view, is it houses the pregnant womb. It houses the pregnant womb, as well as it provides certain landmarks. It provides certain landmarks for external pelvimetry. For external pelvimetry. Okay, so that is called as false pelvis. Once again, false pelvis is a part of the pelvis which is formed by the upper flared part. This is the upper flared part of the pelvis. Okay, and that is mainly ilium. This is the ilium part, right? Upper flared part of the pelvis is the ilium. This is the ilium upper. Okay, then it is on both sides. Laterally it is formed by the iliac fossa, posteriorly fifth lumbar vertebrae, anteriorly the abdominal wall. Okay, and it has no significance in obstetrics. Okay, now we'll see is true pelvis. Now we'll see about what is true pelvis. Okay. So it will be opposite to that of false pelvis. It has great importance in, it will have great importance when compared to obstetrical purpose. That is, it plays a direct role in labor. It plays a direct role in labor, and it is a bony canal. True pelvis can be defined as a bony canal through which the fetus passes during birth. Fetus passes during birth. So that's what I said. It has a hand in mechanism of labor. So it plays directly in mechanism of, helps in mechanism of labor. So that is why it is called as true, TRUE, true pelvis. It has three parts. The true pelvis is, again for study purposes, divided into three parts. One is called as brim. This is called as brim. The outer you see this part is called as brim. This part is called as brim. You can see it is marked here, brim. This one, this round structure is made up of brim. The next is cavity. Cavity is inside. After cavity comes an outlet. Next, third portion is outlet. Brim is also known as inlet. Brim is also known as inlet. Okay, so let us see each in detail. What is brim, what is inlet, that is cavity, outlet, etc. Pelvic brim or inlet. It is formed by sacrum posteriorly. Pelvic bone, that is brim, is formed by sacrum posteriorly, and iliac bones iliac bones laterally, and pubic bone anteriorly. So sacrum posteriorly, pubic bone anteriorly, ilium on the, that is iliac bones on the sides. It is almost round. Okay, it is almost round. So gynecoid pelvis, female pelvis is also called as gynecoid pelvis. So it is already very roomy. It is, so it is round in shape actually, almost in a circle shape. Okay, where the anterior posterior diameter is short. Its boundaries are sacral promontory. So now in the brim, for viva point of view, brim can be studied. Yeah, the main thing is landmarks of the brim. So there are 8 landmarks of the brim: sacral promontory, sacral ala, sacral iliac joint, iliopectineal line, iliopectineal eminence, upper inner border of the superior ramus of the pubic bone, upper inner border of the pubic bone, and upper inner border of the symphysis pubis. So here only 7 is marked. So there are 8 landmarks. Sacral promontory, this part is called as sacral promontory. This is sacral ala or wing, and the joint where sacrum and ilium joins together, that is called as sacroiliac joint, and this rough line is called as iliopectineal eminence. So when you go run your hands through the iliopectineal line, there is a slight projection there, and that is called as iliopectineal eminence. Then this is called as superior ramus, and the superior ramus, you don't say just superior ramus, you say the upper inner border of the superior ramus, then upper inner border of the pubic bone, and symphysis pubis. So these are the 8 landmarks of the inlet. Okay, I hope you understood. So once again I will tell you, it is sacral promontory, sacral ala, sacroiliac joint, iliopectineal line, iliopectineal eminence, upper inner border of the superior ramus of the pubic bone, upper inner border of the pubic bone, and symphysis